Okay. Howdy.
Oh shit, we've started.
Yeah.
Whoopsies.
We are disorganized detectives. And today we're heading to Canada? Ontario. Canada.
Yeah.
My recommendation for this episode is the TikTok lady Sam McDonald.
Don't know her.
She does the cooking videos with her baby. Have you not seen them?
No.
Oh my god, she's so fucking cute. She's like, I think she's like 18 months old.
Aww.
And she has a little stool thing, and she like will help put the things in the bowl.
That's very cute.
She's bloody adorable.
Okay, that's cute as hell. I dance like that for cheese too.
She's bloody adorable.
That's very cute.
And she's got so many. And but like the mum made, or Sam, she has aprons now, and they say "Ooh, baby kitchen" because like she has an "ooh" counter of how many times Maisie will be like "ooh."
Oh, I love that.
She's adorable. And then I forgot, I was talking to Jay just like 5 minutes before you got here, and I forgot more. Like, remember, I can't remember what episode it was. It was a couple. We were talking about all the quotable lines from the Simpsons movie.
Yes.
I'd forgotten 4. And then actually I'd forgotten 2. And then I was reading him to Jay. I'm like, oh, I forgot them. And then he mentioned 2 more that I forgot. We forgot to mention Spider Pig.
Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does. That's such a good song.
Oh, it's just classic. And then Harry Plopper.
He's not Spider Pig anymore. He's Harry Plopper.
And then every time I'll be like to Jay, be like, you know, where'd this go? Or like, how did the crumbs get on the couch? And be like, how did the pig tracks get on the ceiling? Like, you're an idiot.
Yes.
And then the last one, we say that all the time. And then this one we say all the time as well. Be like something, like you repeat a word. No, and I'll be like, jabbity jab. And then I'll be like, oh.
Jabbity, jab, jab, jab. One more jab and it's a federal crime.
I'll be like today, I'll be like, say the line, Bart. There's one more it's federal crime. Oh, my next notes for the next episode. Well, yeah, that was my notes. What's a butter muffin?
Do you need me to assign someone to butter your muffin?
It just says Logan had a butter muffin and a banana. He eats bananas at daycare, but doesn't fucking eat them here. Just throws them everywhere. I'm
really upset. They didn't do a cake for Harry at daycare for his birthday.
Do you have to tell them?
They knew, but because on his actual birthday we took him to the Wiggles.
Oh, he
wasn't there on his actual birthday. But then they said to us, "We'll do one on Monday," and then they forgot.
Oh,
and so Harry didn't get to have a cake with all his daycare friends.
I did that I told them, I was like, "Oh, it's his birthday," like on the day, and then they're like, "There's a thing you need to sign," or like at the front you just write down like the name and the date, and then they make a little cake. But then he was in on the Friday. Anyway, so they did little cupcakes.
Yeah. But that's okay. Harry had cakes.
Lots of cakes.
He had lots of cakes anyway for his
Logan
actual
had some
birthday
of your cake.
and his party.
Yes.
Yes. The rainbow cake. Did Logan like it?
Logan kept trying to go up and steal it.
Good.
He was like, oh, a piece. And then he dropped it on the floor and he ate it. I was like,
why not?
Build your immune system.
Can't hurt.
Did you open his presents?
Yes.
Did you see his little jumper?
Yes.
I saw it. I was like, yes, I need to get that.
They're so cute. Harry opened one present and then we ended up
took
opening
20 minutes.
The others.
Yeah.
Because I was like, fuck this shit.
It just takes so long. Like, we just opened it and showed him and he was like, oh.
Well, he just got distracted by the first present, so he was not interested in the rest of them. And I was like, oh my God.
Or they just play with the wrapping paper.
Yep, the wrapping paper, he kept climbing inside the gift bags.
Oh.
Like a cat. He would just dive in them. I'm like, oh my God.
They just need boxes. Like, he will lose his shit. Like, the other day we were at Jay's grand's, like, doing a garden. And he was in the pram. So he could, like, we're sitting outside. He could see everyone, but we could, like, get stuff done. And I'm giving him toys and he's just throwing them. Like, and then, like, I gave him a peach iced tea bottle.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
That entertained him.
Yep.
Like, how?
Yep. Rubbish. They love rubbish.
Just random shit.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's like having a cat.
We've just moved. Like, we haven't even officially moved into the new house yet. We're slowly moving.
Yeah.
And our spare bedroom, which was supposed to be an actual spare bedroom, is now literally just full of all of Harry's first birthday presents.
Yep, you get a toy
After
room.
I specifically said no presents, please, because
Oh,
we
yeah, you
have
did.
too much shit. And everyone
Brought a present.
brought multiple fucking presents.
That's why I asked for clothes from everyone.
Yes, which, well, some people did give us clothes.
Yeah.
And size 2s, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Because, like, at some point,
You
we're
need
going to
that
fucking
next
need
size
the next
up.
size.
Yeah.
It was great to have those. But there's all of these, like, climbing things
Oh, Jesus.
that take up so much space.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, great idea, because he loves to climb and he's an idiot and will climb everything, including the fucking kitchen table, and then fall off and smash his head on the floor. But where am I supposed to put these things?
Yeah, they just take up so much room. That's why, I just asked everyone for clothes. I'm like, just the next size up in clothes. And now his whole wardrobe's, he's ready for the next
Stopped,
size.
ready to go. Yeah, well, now we've just got we've got 600. They're all different, but they're all exactly the same.
Oh, shit.
You know, like those plastic toy things.
Yeah.
They all do the same thing. They sing a song. They say numbers 1 through 5, and the
And then
colours of
that's
the
it.
buttons. They're all like, one's a dinosaur, one's a teddy, one's a carp. They all
Yep.
do the exact same fucking thing.
And then you end up with 12,000 toys in the playroom. Our thing is on the Sunday night, like when Jay's kids are here. A Sunday night, just after dinner, we go, okay, clean your room, clean the toy room. Any toys left out, I'm going in with a garbage bag. And I just keep putting them, like it was one weekend that it was just like a shit show. Like didn't clean up anything, so I put them all in garbage bags and they're all sitting in the spare room. It's been about 6 months.
And they wouldn't even know.
No, because there's just that many, and then because it's 3 of them, and they all get toys, and then like Bo and Logan will get like similar toys.
Yep.
So it's just like we've got trucks, we've got fucking dinosaurs, everything.
Harry would not even know a single thing he got for his birthday.
Nah.
First of all, because he's 1. And 2, because he already has that many fucking toys as it is.
That's like we waited. Like I was like, oh, I don't want to get, like we didn't get him too much for Christmas and stuff, and I'm like,
We actually didn't get him anything for Christmas,
Yeah.
knowing that everyone else would go insane.
yeah,
The same as his birthday. We actually didn't. Beck and I didn't get him anything for his
Yeah.
birthday, other than like a couple of nice clothes
yeah.
pieces to wear to his party. That's
Where'd
it.
the
That's all
car
we
come
got.
from?
My in-laws got that.
Ah, because I was like, because I saved the photo. I'm like, Jay, look at this. He's got like a mini
I got
Bex
the
car.
I got the number plate made.
That was so cute.
I got the number plate to match Beck's number plate, but that came from my in-laws.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That was very cute. I'm like, oh my God, it's his little mini version.
It has a remote control, so Beck can drive him around.
That's what, because that one doesn't. It's just like pedals, like that they've got to press. And I'm
Yeah.
like, he's not pressing pedals.
No.
I wish that
It
one
does
had.
have pedals, obviously, so when he gets older, he can
Yeah.
drive it, but it comes with a remote
That's
control.
cool. This only got to put, well, this one was free. So
Yeah.
can't complain.
Yeah. That's sounding pretty empty.
Oh, it's cold as shit.
Oh, no. Don't. Oh, no.
It's not bad. It's like that.
Lukewarm cold?
Yeah, like
Oh,
not
that's
too
even
cold.
worse.
But I like iced coffee.
Yeah, but iced coffee is completely different to hot coffee that's gone cold.
I don't know why I keep drinking it. It's not great.
So we're 13 minutes in and I don't know who we're talking about.
Oh, wow.
I know we're going to Canada.
We're in Canada.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We have.
I like Canada. I've been there.
Have you?
Yeah, once.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never been to Canada. I've never been. Oh, I've been out of Australia.
I drove there when I was living in America.
Is it lovely? Is there mooses?
I don't know. I didn't get to that.
The moose part.
I didn't get to the moose part. Whatever that might be.
The moose part of Canada. I watch a YouTuber, like, I think there's probably about 4 that they do like vlogs and stuff, and I watch them kind of consistently. And she's in, I think, Ottawa, Canada.
Yeah.
But like, she just got married and they have like 100-year-old house and they're like renovating it all.
That's
And I was like,
cute.
I want to own a house because like there's so many little things in this house that I just want to change, but you can't when you're renting. So
I don't know, but I got really, really drunk in Canada because I was living in America when I was 20, so legally couldn't drink in the States, but had been of drinking age for 2 years in Australia.
Yeah.
But in Canada, the drinking age, I don't know if it's 18 or 19, but I was old enough to drink.
Yeah.
And so I got really, really, really drunk and paid some shoddy apprentice $15 to give me a tattoo that I still have. And it was supposed to have straight lines. And trust me,
Oh,
they are
shit.
not straight lines.
That's better than Jay. You got a tattoo in someone's kitchen.
Oh,
It was the same.
it was
same,
pretty much.
same.
It was pretty much. I mean, she had all the stuff, but it was dodge.
Oh no.
But, you know, I was
carefree.
young, dumb, and I'm not going to finish that sentence because I definitely wasn't that. But anyway.
We went to Hawaii for Mum's 50th. And so I was only 19. Yeah. So I couldn't drink and I couldn't buy smokes.
Oh.
And so we had to go into like 7-Eleven, whatever the 7-Eleven is. And Mum took her glasses off before we went in. And she goes, oh, I forgot my glasses at the hotel. What smokes do they have here? And like put on real Aussie accents. And I go, oh, they got Winfield menthol. It's, you know, pretty much what you smoke at home. And I think it was like $7 a packet. I nearly fucking died.
Shit.
I was like, shit, got like 3 packets and then like a big Slurpee.
No wonder there's like all of these laws on how much smokes you can bring back into Australia because they're fucking cheap as shit everywhere.
Someone, I think his mum's boss or someone she used to work with, and him and his wife and his kids would go away and they'd all bring back a carton because you can only have two packets
per person, I think.
As carry on. But then you can put some in your suitcase.
I don't think you can. Again, I don't know. I'm just pretending like I know the answer to things as I usually do. But I think it's like you can't have more than 20 in total per person, possisly. Like including carry on and check in.
Because I know carry on, you can only have 2 packets.
Yeah.
Because I think we only just had a packet each. And then I think you're allowed to have a lighter, but it's got to be in your bag.
Yeah, it can't go check in. It can't go with you on the plane. It has to be checked in.
And then once we went to Adelaide, this is just a tangent. Hello, everyone.
We're still 16. We still haven't talked about our case.
There's a bit of cut out, like talking about the coffees and stuff.
We'll cut some things, but also welcome to Disorganised Detectives. This is the madness of our brains.
You know what you're in for.
I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks because we've been busy.
Yeah.
We got some catching up to do.
We do.
And we might as well just do that on the pod.
You can hear it all too. We went to Adelaide once and we went through the scanners.
Smokes.
And no, they go, oh, whose bag's this? And they held up my handbag and I've gone, oh, fuck, that's mine. And I'd forgotten that I had like a Swiss Army knife.
I had scissors in mine when I was going to America.
But this was like Dad's. And they're like, oh, you're going to have to throw it out or take it. Like get someone to pick it up. And I'm like, fuck, like no one's coming to the airport to come pick up I'd have to go all the way back through. And thank God, I don't know if they still do it, the chemist at Melbourne Airport that's right next to the scanners for like $20, they'll hold your item. Oh. And then you can pick it up when you get it. So I just put it there. They put it in a little bag with your flight number and stuff. And then, just kept it. And then when we got back, I'd just go pick it up.
Oh, thank fuck. And I was like, they were able to do that because otherwise you would have lost your dad's knife.
Yeah. And I was like, he wasn't even dead then. It was just, he is now. It's more sentimental now.
When I was going to America, I had my pencil case in my backpack and I didn't realize that I still had my scissors in there. So I went through and they're like, whose bag is this? And this is the first time I went to America. I was 12. I was 12 years old and I was traveling by myself to America as an unaccompanied minor to go visit my auntie.
Oh, okay. Just a holiday by yourself.
I was going to visit family.
I'm going to Disneyland by myself. Goodbye.
I was going and I was being like escorted by the staff as per like the unaccompanied minor process thing. And I had my pencil case with me because obviously I had homework to do.
Yeah,
I was a fucking child. And I didn't realize my scissors were still in my pencil case, and they're like, "Whose bag is this?" And it's
the worst feeling.
I cried at 12 because I'm like, I really didn't mean it. And they were like, "It's fine. You just can't take them with you." I'm like, "Do what you need to do. I don't care. Put them in the bin. I didn't do it on purpose." And they're like, "It's okay."
Like,
and
calm
I was like,
down, Jesus Christ.
My mummy's not here to hold my hand.
They're like, okay, get on the plane.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anywho, so we're in Canada. We've got the case of Melanie Ethier. I'm pretty sure it is.
I do not know this one.
Ethier. Well,
you've stumped me again.
We've got Melanie Nadia Ethier, who was born on Christmas Day in 1980.
Oh, Jesus baby.
Jesus baby. To her father and her mother, Celine. Oh.
Wait, was Jesus actually born on Christmas or is that... No, Easter's the death thing. It's
Easter he died. Jesus was born on Christmas.
Got it. He was born Christmas. She's a Jesus baby.
She's a Jesus baby.
Aww.
She didn't have any relationship with her father, who was was from Botswana.
Botswana.
What?
What song is that
I don't
playing
know.
in your head?
I think it's from the taco commercial, which is not Botswana.
That's not Botswana at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
¿Por qué no las dos? Also not Botswana.
Yeah, no, Mexico. I don't know why that came to my head. So Celine and Melanie's father met. No,
What?
yeah, Celine and Melanie's father
Oh,
met.
is Celine her
Celine's
mum?
her mum.
Okay.
So
Sorry, I didn't catch that bit.
The father doesn't have I couldn't
Name.
find his name because like he's not.
In her life.
Yeah,
But her mum's Celine.
her mum's Celine.
Okay.
So they met when he went to a mining school in Haileybury.
Halle Berry.
Haileybury. They met in Haileybury. Then they got together and Celine got
So-
pregnant.
Was it Botswana in South Africa or
Yes.
Botswana in Canada that he was from? Because I think there's a Botswana in Canada.
I think it's Africa because I'm pretty sure it's Africa or South Africa.
Okay.
One of them.
Maybe there's not a Botswana in Canada and I'm just making it up. I think I'm making it up again. I do that a lot.
He was from Botswana. So he was in mining school in Haileybury, and Celine got pregnant. But while she was pregnant, he ended up being sent to a different college, and then he had to go back to Africa.
Oh, okay. So
There we
Botswana
go.
in South Africa.
Africa.
All right. Should have just waited.
She said that they didn't leave on bad terms, and they still talk to each other once in a while on the computer. Melanie, her mother, and her younger sister Jessie lived in New Lescard, Ontario.
Ontario,
Yeah, I wanna
Canada.
say it
that
would
was a really
be-
terrible accent. Don't ever do that again.
I want to say like Ontario, but Ontario.
Ontario.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
Aussie accents are weird.
Yeah, we have.
Ontario, Canada.
That's like we're watching.
Oh no.
It's when like there's an Aussie, like we're watching House, and obviously there's an Aussie main character, and he sounds so much more Aussie, and I think it's because all the American
They're
accents
surrounded
around him.
by all the other accents.
Yeah,
Watching Aussie people on television is actually really jarring. It sounds
Yeah.
disgusting. I hate it. I hear Aussie accents and I'm like, can you just not?
can you tone
Like,
it down?
unless all of you were speaking in an Aussie accent.
Yeah, if it's like
just
Home and
don't.
Away or something, it's just natural. But when it's like everyone's primarily American, and then
And-
there's one Aussie, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just real harsh.
Yeah, listening to interviews and then one of the Hemsworths just starts
Yeah.
talking in their Aussie accent. I'm like, no, dude, don't do that, please. That's not cool.
I love
you-
the Hemsworths.
You may have been attractive 10 minutes ago, but then you started talking. Not cool.
So at the time, Melanie was one of only 3 black girls that lived in the community.
Right, African half. Yep, gotcha.
Yep.
Mhm.
Which had a population of about 11,000 people in 1996.
Oh,
But-
that's not many black people.
Yeah, it was 3 out of 11,000.
Yeah, not many at all.
Like girls, like
Oh.
young
Oh.
teenage.
Well, still not many.
Not a
at all.
lot. In 1996, Melanie, who was 15 years old, was 5'5", approximately 120 pounds or 54 kilos.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
So you think I'm skinny?
You think I'm
She had brown hair and long braided black hair and was also known for wearing hair extensions. Melanie was an honour student at École Secondaire Catholique Sainte Marie.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
The school has nothing to do with it.
Oh,
thank
that's
God.
good then.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was described as being salt of the earth and having a lovely personality.
Salt of the earth.
Yeah.
I've
like
never
really-
heard that term before.
Haven't you?
No.
Like really like down to earth. like
I've
just-
heard down to earth.
Yeah.
Salt of the earth sounds very strange to me. But
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I've heard that one before.
I've not. But all right.
Learn something new every day.
Salt of the earth.
In an interview with David Ridgen on the podcast The Next Call, Celine described her daughter as, quote, she was a very bubbly kid. She
Oh,
loved
so she dies. I've heard was. I'm
Oh,
with it.
yeah.
All
Well,
right. She is the victim.
She's
I'm all
the
over it.
victim.
Okay, so she dead. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Her mother described her as was.
well, yeah.
She dead.
She was a very bubbly kid. She loved everyone, even when she was little. She would stop people on our street and say, Come and have a coffee with my mum. Oh,
Cute, but
please.
I will be telling Harry, do not ever invite anyone to come have a coffee with me
No.
because I don't like people.
No, I was like, oh, I have to deal with like kids, friends, parents.
Cute, but no, thank you very much.
Yeah. But yeah, she was very social. She was like bubbly. She'd just talk to anyone. She worked at the local daycare and she intended to become a teacher after graduating from high school. The daycare she worked at was attached to the high school she attended.
Okay.
We had a primary school attached to our high school.
But I'm confused as to how a high school student could work at a daycare.
Her mum worked there as well. So her mum worked there and she would open the facility early in the morning and then go to school and then return home to help the younger children off the bus and then remain until it closed in the evening. So her mum would work there and then she'd come and just help out, kind of do the opening stuff probably, and
Okay.
then she'd go off to school and then she'd come back and probably just help clean up and watch the kids. It was also 1996.
True. Child labour laws.
Yeah, well, she was 15. I think she was about to turn 16.
Yeah, but daycare.
Yeah.
Work at Macca's at 16. Go for
But
your
also
life.
a very small town.
True.
So
okay.
you'd probably, yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'd like a 15-year-old watching my son at daycare.
Yeah, I don't think she I think she just kind of helped out, followed her mum around. Like when you used to go to work, you'd go to work with your mum.
Mm.
At this time, Melanie was also learning self-defense from a family friend. So,
Cool.
yeah. On the morning of Saturday, the 28th of September 1996, Melanie visited the home of her mother's best friend, Sylvie Chartrand. It's a hard name. At Sylvie's house, there was Melanie, Sylvie, and Sylvie's 6-year-old daughter, Stephanie. Sylvie's partner, Dennis Lavelli, and her son, Jason, were out of town. During this visit, Melanie broke a nail, which caused her to become upset. Sylvie later speculated that Melanie's disappointment over her broken nail was compounded by the family's financial difficulties, as their car had broken down and their phone service to their house had just been cut off due to unpaid bills.
So more to it than a broken nail.
Yeah, it was probably the straw that broke the camel's back. She's like, fuck, we got no phone bill, we got no money, I can't fix this nail.
I broke my nail.
Yeah. Melanie left the home and travelled downtown by chance, running into her best friend at a bus stop outside the new Liscard Public Library. Her best friend had been doing homework in the library but stopped doing it once Melanie arrived and agreed to join her to go downtown.
Downtown.
Or when they say into town, we kind of say that now. We're like, oh, we'll go into town.
Go into town.
It's 10 minutes away. But the two girls visited several locations, including a pizza parlor. I'm pretty sure I meant to write pizza parlor, but I wrote including a pizza.
A pizza.
Including a pizza parlor where they had lunch.
A pizza.
A pizza. I'm going to open a pizza shop and call it Pizza.
A pizza.
And then not sell pizza.
Pizza, but we sell coffee.
No pizza. No pizza. Over pizza, Melanie floated the idea of becoming a teacher and volunteering in Botswana, the country where her father was from. Melanie went to a dollar store to buy candles, frosting, candy hearts, and a new cake pan to make a cake for her grandmother's birthday, which was going to be celebrated the next day before her grandparents went out of town.
That's cute.
I know, at 15, I want to make a cake for my grandma.
Mm.
The pair also visited a house in nearby Diamond, Dymond, Diamond?
I guess so.
To collect money from someone Melanie had babysit for. At some point, the girls met up with Melanie's boyfriend, Neil Forrester, who she'd been dating for about 3 weeks. And I know.
Young love.
Nice new. I think I remember she'd just broken up with a boy and then they just started dating this new boy, Neil. And their friends Dave Bromley, Jay Denneman, and Ryan Chatwin. Around 9 p.m. that night, the group of teens stopped by a video rental store to rent the movie Sudden Death.
Yeah.
Good old video rental stores. Every Friday, Dad would pick me up and we'd get McDonald's. And then across the road, there was Blockbuster. So I used to get my movies for the weekend. And then it would take so long to pick a movie. It used to get so shitty at me. Because there's so many. At 10 p.m, the group arrived at Melanie's home to watch the movie, but Celine told Melanie her room was too dirty to have guests come over. Classic, like my room of 15, 16 was fucking disgusting. As the group left, Melanie's mother had a weird feeling that overcame her, and she opened the door and watched as her daughter and her friends walked off down the street. The teens attempted to watch the movie at Dave's then-girlfriend, Samia Benchabi?
Yeah.
Sure. He was unable to host them as her family was preparing for a move, but joined them briefly as they walked to another house. Samia left the group when they reached the Armstrong Street Bridge. At that point, she returned home. The group ended up at Pine Avenue where Ryan lived. Ryan's parents were home, but upstairs in their bedroom. According to... Sorry, I'm just going through puberty.
Cut that bit.
According to everyone inside the home that night, the teens watched the movie quietly in the basement while Ryan's parents were asleep upstairs, and no alcohol or drugs were consumed. Before the movie finished, Jay left the house around 12:30 a.m. And returned to his home. Melanie's female friend also left at this time in order to catch a ride to Halle-Berry. While leaving the house, she encountered a suspicious vehicle which slowly approached her as she crossed through an intersection as if assessing her. The girl was so unnerved by the incident that she ran from the scene to the next intersection by the Armstrong Street Bridge, which was better lit. The vehicle she encountered had been described as a white or light-coloured Chevrolet Monte Carlo or similar two-door model with signs of being in poor condition, including a grey patch on the right side, which was likely hiding a hole or other damage.
Oh, yeah?
The witness believed the occupants were two teenage boys or young men, but she can't remember ever seeing the car again. She followed the same route that Melanie is thought to have taken home, where Melanie's grandparents were waiting to take her home. So she got a ride with Melanie's grandparents to go home. She arrived at the Ethier residence shortly before 1 a.m. At the time Melanie's friend left, there was only 3 people in the Chatwin home: Melanie, Neil, and Ryan. The last confirmed sighting of Melanie was at around 1:30 to 2 a.m. on Sunday, September 29th, 1996, when she left her friend's home and began making the 1-kilometre walk to her home alone on foot. It was uncommon for Melanie to walk by herself, but without a phone service at home, she couldn't call home for a ride.
Yep.
Her mum, Celine, that afternoon had told Melanie that the phone company had cut off their phone line as the bill was overdue. Celine called the company and begged to have the phone connected, and she was going to be paid the following Monday. The person from the phone company told her, "Well, we'll connect it once you pay your check Monday."
Rude.
Yeah, come on, a bit of leniency. So the phone's been cut off that day and she can't call home to get a ride, so her option's to walk.
Yeah.
It's only 1 kilometre. It's not a very far walk.
Yeah, but she's also 16 and it's, 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. Oh, I used to walk around East Keeler at midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning by myself when I was 15.
Problematic.
Yeah. Could have been murdered.
Could have been.
Melanie got home from school that day and Celine told her, "We're not going to have a phone this weekend, but it's not going to kill us."
Oh, no.
Imagine, you just think back and be like,
shit.
Fuck. One of the boys escorted her to the door and watched her walk west down Pine Avenue East. At this time, she was wearing a green Nike windbreaker, a white t-shirt with a blue heart Pepe logo?
Unsure. Pee-pee.
Blue jeans, a black belt with a silver buckle, black boots with a short heel, a necklace and a watch. Melanie's route would have taken her through 3 intersections, over the Armstrong Street Bridge, past a gas station, an apartment building, up a back alley or along a main road, and finally to the top of Church Street where the Ethier residence was located. According to family and friends, Melanie typically preferred to use the back alley when making this journey. The bridge was the only portion of her route that was brightly lit, and the street would have been reasonably busy even at the late hour when she was seen crossing it. After the bridge, the last stretch of her walk home involved a poorly lit back road where the video rental store she had visited earlier that day was located. Celine became aware that of her daughter's absence the next morning when Melanie's alarm clock woke her at around 6 or 7:30, and she discovered her daughter was not in her bedroom. As it was not uncharacteristic of Melanie to spend the night at her friend's house, Celine went back to bed and didn't wake up till about 8 or 9. Melanie's grandparents arrived at the house at about 10 a.m. to celebrate her grandmother's birthday, at which point Melanie was supposed to have finished preparing the cake she had brought materials for the day before. Celine and her father drove to Tim Hortons to purchase a cake and called around in hopes of reaching Melanie, where she learned her daughter had left the Chatwin residence just after 1:30 a.m. to head home. Melanie also did not appear at her daycare job as scheduled, prompting her mother to phone the new Lescard police service around 1 p.m. to report Melanie missing. The search for Melanie began on the afternoon of Sunday the 29th of September at around 2:30 p.m. That's pretty good, like 1 o'clock calling it, 2:30 they're searching.
Pretty quick, especially for back then.
Yeah.
Where they would have just probably said,
Wait.
She's just out with her friends.
She's a runaway.
She just didn't want to come home.
Yeah. The police dispatched officers to the Ethier residence and began a search of the area around the Armstrong Street Bridge and along the banks of the Wabi River within hours of her being reported missing. Local police requested assistance from the Ontario Provincial Police, or the OPP.
What are the OPP?
You know me. On Monday the 30th of September, a helicopter from Sudbury, a police dog team from North Bay, and a search and rescue dog from the Office of the Fire Marshal of Ontario were dispatched to expand the search around Pine Avenue. So they were doing everything.
Good.
They got dogs, they got helicopters, they got police looking around. I'm sure the family and friends were looking everywhere as well.
Yeah.
More than a dozen police officers and volunteer firefighters canvassed the area where Melanie had been last sighted, and police forces across Ontario were alerted to the disappearance. Although authorities conducted a door-to-door canvass, no homes in the area were searched. Police stated that they checked all surveillance video taken along Melanie's route the night she vanished, as well as the visitor's log in the Wheel-In Motel near Pine Avenue. I was going to say motorhome.
Motorhome.
Everyone going to that motorhome? You've checked in. All the friends who were with Melanie the night of her disappearance were also questioned by police. The weekend of the 5th and 6th of October, 1 week after Melanie disappeared, the 424 Transport and Rescue Squadron performed training exercises in the area and also participated in the search. On Tuesday, the 8th of October, an underwater search and rescue team began a 3-day search of the Wabi River. Melanie's case was listed with Crime Stoppers, and the public was implored to phone in tips which could help the investigators locate her. There was also an exotic dancer in Notre Dame du Nord who bore a strong resemblance to Melanie and was occasionally spotted by witnesses and mistakenly reported to the police.
Right.
Unfortunately, search teams were unable to find any signs indicating where Melanie had disappeared from or where she might have been taken. OPP's statements to the media made it clear detectives believed she had no reason to leave the community and suspected foul play. Shortly after her disappearance, missing person posters and billboards with Melanie's picture were put up in New Lescard and surrounding communities. Some of these remain in place as of 2020, and others have since been replaced. One particular well-known billboard outside the Latchford Pears, a photo of Melanie with a question, "You know what happened to me, so why don't you help?"
So she's still missing?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Celine and volunteers from the community, including Jay Dename, one of the boys present on the night of the disappearance, distributed posters in New Lescard and communities as far as Timmins, Ottawa, and Montreal. Celine also wrote a letter to the editor published in a November issue of the Temi Scarming Speaker? Yeah, sure. Newspaper. And sent information about Melanie to media companies in Toronto in hopes of keeping attention on the case. Child Find, a national charity dedicated to finding missing children and supporting their families, had begun circulating information about Melanie and her disappearance across Canada by December 1996. 2 officers assigned to work the case full-time were Police Sergeant Dwight Thib and OPP Detective Constable Bill Deverell. They began re-interviewing witnesses in early 1997 in order to exhaust all possible leads in the case. The task force dedicated to searching for Melanie was formally disbanded in 1998, but both Dwight Thib and Bill Deverell would continue to work on the case when a new lead appeared. Bill later said that he remained on the case up until the day he retired in December 2002. Over the course of their investigation, the two officers interrogated hundreds of suspects and persons of interest. The OPP conducted another search for Melanie on the 26th of April 1999, focusing on the Dawson Point area to the east of New Lescard, which had previously not been investigated. In 2010, an eyewitness account of Melanie crossing the Armstrong Street Bridge was made public, and more details of the sighting were released in 2021. According to the witness, she and her husband were driving across the bridge when both spotted a teenaged black girl walking south on the eastern sidewalk. The night was clear and they saw no vehicles or other pedestrians on the bridge. At the time of this sighting, the girl was closer to the north end of the bridge. The witness commented that the girl seemed too young to be walking alone at night and was walking unbothered at a normal pace, while her husband remarked that he was not aware that there were any black girls in New Lescard.
Okay. Well, there's 3 of them.
Yeah, there's 3. They did not report their accounts to police until 1997 or 1998 when they saw Melanie's photo. The tip was not properly logged into the police records and would not be investigated until the 2000s when the witness approached Celine directly, at which point police were urged to revisit the sighting.
Wow.
Police said they were not made aware of this witness account until 2008. A second witness came forward in 2008 or 2009 to state that they had seen Melanie on the Armstrong Street Bridge that night. As they were being driven home by their friend, the witness spotted a girl near the midway point of the bridge around 1:45 or 1:50. From their backseat view, the witness saw the girl walking on the bridge's western sidewalk when a car pulled over and 2 young men exited the vehicle. The boys then proceeded to corner the girl and coerce her into entering their vehicle before speeding off. The witness recalled the vehicle being a small blue or light-coloured sedan, but could not remember what the girl she saw looked like. If you saw something like that in 1996, why the fuck would you wait till 2008?
I don't even know how you would remember something like that from that long ago.
Yeah.
Like
just report it the next day.
But like, how could you remember that far away?
Because what's that, like 12 years?
Something.
Yeah.
Math.
Math.
I don't know. Didn't do it.
Yeah, 12, 13 years. And you're like, oh, that's right.
Once upon a time, I think in like 1996, I saw someone like that.
Yeah, like
maybe.
It's just weird. Like, why don't you report it then and there? Like, I get some cases when you witness something, like if you might be in danger and you can't report it, but like, just fucking report that you saw a girl getting bloody forced into a car with 2 men.
Yeah.
Another witness who lived on Rebecca Street, just off Pine Avenue, took her story to the police in 2019.
People.
This witness said that around 1:45 a.m. on the 29th of September 1996, she was doing schoolwork in her room when she heard a girl screaming outside.
Wow.
Why not say anything then? It's better to overreact than underreact.
Again, how could you just
remember
that you heard someone screaming that exact night
at 1:45 a.m. on the 29th of September? That's ridiculous.
Unless you were Sheldon Cooper, you wouldn't remember that.
And unless it came to something, like, oh, I remember this, and then bang, the case is solved. It's like, why can't you just say something when you see it? Although she initially ignored the outburst, she heard more screaming about 45 seconds later and became frightened. After checking that her front door was locked, the witness snuck to her window and saw 3 silhouettes of people running down the street towards Pine Avenue, but no vehicles or headlights. So yeah, like, why would you? I don't know.
Yeah.
You just think it's like kids running around at fucking. It was a Saturday night, and people, like, kids screaming and running around like teenagers.
Yeah, but if you then a couple of days later hear about a missing girl, that would be the time where you go, don't know if it means anything, but this is what I heard.
This is what I saw. This is what I heard. The police investigation into Melanie's disappearance has remained active since 1996. The province of Ontario currently offers a $50,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest or conviction of those responsible for Melanie's disappearance. All of the OPP's information about the case has been uploaded to PowerCase, a newly implemented major case management system which alerts detectives to similar details in other investigations and could tie Melanie's disappearance into a wider crime spree. Tips generated by this system had led to several digs in the Temeskaming area, which have failed to uncover any remains. In 2010, the OPP stated having received over 700 tips from 500 witnesses relevant to the Ethier case, as well as having over 300 persons of interest in 2020, and they were receiving on average 2 to 3 tips per month about the case. The OPP has also gone on record to say the follow-up on tips offered to them by psychics through a 2021 detective Though in 2021, Detective Inspector Rob Matthews said a particular psychic who frequently posts to YouTube claiming to be in contact with Melanie's spirit has created nothing but issues for the investigation. Fucking psychics, man. I love psychics, but I hate the ones that get involved and offer nothing to cases. Like, it's just, I don't know, a bit of a, you're wasting people's time. But then, like, if they say something and then, like, bang, the body's found. Ugh. There's one, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but, like, there was a missing person and, like, no one could find him. And then this psychic, like, he went missing at, like, a lake forest thing. And this psychic was like, I can see him. He's near trees and water. And it was like, I could have fucking told you that because he went missing at a fucking lake. And this psychic's like, I can see trees around him. Like,
really?
Oh, congratulations. Suggestions about what happened to Melanie are mostly speculative. Almost no evidence is known to the public. The OPP has disclosed very little information in the hopes of preserving the integrity of their investigation. But then sometimes, like, you need something. Like, it's been fucking 28 years. Can do the math real fast because I was born in 1996. But it's been 28 years.
Yeah.
Like, surely just breadcrumb some information. It's like the Delphi case. Like, they kept all that close to the chest, and it was not a very good example because they caught the guy. Someone's been arrested for that, I think. But it's like, yeah, surely just, if you have something, like, you might as well give it to the public so they can help. Like, unless it's a very specific thing. I don't know. The theory favoured by the OPP is that Melanie was driven away from the search area by a car on the night of her disappearance, either abducted by a stranger or lured into the vehicle by someone she knew. I'm hoping if I put it in scripts enough, my brain will learn how to read it. Lured.
Forget the R and replace it with a W just for now.
Lured.
There you go. Close enough.
But it's like the way it's spelt.
I know it's
lured.
I know how it's spelt, but just to help you pronounce it, lured.
The English language is fucked. There was a meme I saw the other day. It was like, imagine learning to read English and you come across the word yacht.
Oh, yeah. Yacht.
Oh, the English language. The search is complicated by the Trans-Canada Highway, which passes by the community and makes the possibility of a random assault by someone from outside the community more likely. The suggestion that Melanie was taken by her estranged father has been dismissed by the OPP, who have eliminated him as a suspect. Fuck.
I think one day, if we ever do a Patreon, I want to do an episode that's just like clips of you fucking things. Here, just have a whole episode of
lured.
Eliminated.
Disclosed. One theory which suggests that Melanie fell into the Wabi River and drowned has been dismissed by her family as she knew how to swim and no remains were ever recovered from the river. Fucking hell.
Maybe not one episode. We'd have to do several.
I've do 700 because I fuck up every second word. A location identified as possible places of interest in the investigation was a cemetery in North Cobalt, where a homemade headstone inscribed "Rest in Peace, Melanie Ethier" was found. That'd be fucking creepy.
Yeah.
When you'd surely fucking dig up under that. I'm assuming they did. But, Celine considers the North Cobalt Cemetery to be the most likely spot where Melanie's body could be buried, as one of the suspects, Dennis Lavelle, once worked for the cemetery and was very familiar with the surrounding areas. So you might remember Dennis's name because he was a partner of Melanie's mum's best friend, Sylvie.
Yeah.
Yes. So Dennis.
The Menace.
Dennis the Menace. In 1996, Dennis was between 5'8" and 5'9". He weighed about 280 pounds, which is 130 kilos. And in 1996, alternated between driving a white or grey pickup truck and his mother's small grey 4-door car. According to what Dennis told his partner in life, he had been sexually abused by various young men, including babysitters, when he was a child. He was also physically abused by his parents, who were both heavy drinkers and neglectant towards Dennis and his siblings, and would leave him to care for them. Dennis had been injured in a head-on collision on the 17th of June 1990 when his vehicle was struck by a young woman driving while intoxicated. He suffered damage to his back, legs and toes, and a result of the accident required dynamic compression plates and a back brace to walk, though he did so with difficulty and continued to lose mobility over time. Though he would be awarded $600,000 in 1993 civil suit, Dennis would continue to live with chronic pain and was put on a variety of pain medications, including Oxycontin, before turning to other substances like cocaine.
Locaine.
It's like a low-key version of cocaine. It's just powdered sugar. Cocaine, cannabis, and Percocet to deal with the pain. On the weekend of Melanie's disappearance, Dennis and his stepson Jason had told his partner they were going out of town fishing with Dennis's brother Andre and Jason's friend Joel. Dennis later said that this had been a lie and that they had attended a motocross competition in North Bay that Saturday where Andre was a motocross racer. Why would you have to, you're going away anyway. Does it matter if it's motocross or fishing?
No.
Well, probably, yeah. Put a pin in that one. This alibi was later corroborated. There's too many R's in that word.
Corroborated.
By Jason in a 2021 interview, though he also said his memory of that weekend is spotty due to the trauma of losing Melanie. Andre has denied any memory of where they had gone that weekend, and Joel has said that he was at a large house party in New Lescard that weekend, and if they had attended the motocross competition, it would have only been a day trip. So that's why I think fishing, you can go away for a bit longer, but this guy's saying that the motocross competition is a day trip. It'd be like going to a bloody anything. A motocross competition. A truck. Oh, fuck. What is it? A monster truck rally. 3 days into the investigation, Dennis commented to Melanie's grandmother that the person who had harmed her would have to be very strong as she was capable of defending herself. And to prove this point, Dennis showed the grandmother deep nail marks on his arm, which he said Melanie had made while they were play fighting.
Okay. Don't be suspicious.
3 days after.
Suspicious.
Like, how long do nail marks last?
Well, if she's fighting for her life,
they'd probably last a bit longer.
Potentially a while.
We are play fighting. Like, you might grab, but that'd go, like, by that night.
Don't be bigoted. Don't be the bigot.
Other people who knew Dennis also voiced their suspicions about the scratches on his arms, which extended from his wrist to his elbows. I feel like that's not play fight. Like, it's like a cat scratching you.
That's like a defensive wound.
That's a please let go of me.
Someone fighting to get you the fuck off them.
Sylvia recalls him showing her the marks on the afternoon after Melanie disappeared, saying she had made them while they were play fighting, though she could not understand when they would have seen each other as the marks look fresh.
Okay, so he fucking killed her.
He's done...
Allegedly. I'm not accusing anybody.
He's dead, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
He's dead.
No one's going to sue
spoiler
you
alert.
then.
Yeah, from wrist to elbow. And they happened on...
The same fucking day?
The day that she went missing, but he was already away. So when, she's like, the girlfriend is like, I don't understand when you would have seen each other.
Because he didn't go away. He abducted her and murdered her. And why was this not investigated?
Well, later that day, Dennis told his neighbour that the marks were caused by him brushing up against branches while looking for Melanie in the woods. So now you're changing your story.
Okay. How is she still missing and no one knows anything about it? Just saying, this is very suspicious.
And the main suspect, this guy, is dead. Like, there's no, I don't know, I think he had we'll get into it.
I will wait.
But yeah, he's my number one suspect. There's like multiple, I think there's like 7 different theories on what could have happened to her. But this guy seems very likely. Especially when we get into the rest of his story. His partner was aware of at least a few occasions on which he had made advances towards his daughter's friends, and some friends knew he was a pedophile. Lionel, Dennis's best friend, later told media that he had warned his friend not to make sexual advances towards teenage girls, and that later in life Dennis would occasionally...
Sorry, I just sneezed.
Oh.
Bless me. Sorry.
I was like, what the fuck?
I was trying not to sneeze, but a little bit sneaked out. Sorry, continue.
So Lionel, Dennis's best friend, later told media that he had warned his friend not to make sexual advances towards teenage girls, and that later in life Dennis would occasionally, while under the influence of drugs, mention Melanie and another girl with a weird name while saying, they'll never find them.
Right.
So
he did it.
I feel like if you're drinking with someone, like your friend, best friend, and they mention something along the lines of murder, or they'll never find them, you'd be like, sorry, hold up, go back.
Sorry, can you just repeat that one more time?
Can you just repeat that while I call 000?
Never find
911.
Never find who and where.
Why? Ask all the questions.
Why did you bring up her name? We know she's missing. How do you know they'll never find her?
And it was like, later in life. So it was a while later. Very odd. Dennis spent several months in prison for drugging and sexually abusing one of Lionel's nieces. So his best friend's fucking niece.
Oh, and you're still best friends with the dude and going for drinks and
yeah.
I'm sorry, Lionel. What?
Yeah. Though he had lied about his whereabouts after being released and told Lionel he had been working on his uncle's farm in Alberta. No, I didn't touch your niece. I was in Alberta.
Oh, but I went to prison for it.
Yeah. This guy's fucking disgusting. Another friend told police that on one occasion, when Dennis had spotted an unfamiliar black girl in the town, he commented that he had a liking for black chocolate.
That's disgusting.
That's fucked.
That is absolutely fucking disgusting.
That's like, I feel like if you're a couple and like, you know, a biracial couple and you're like, oh yeah, like milk chocolate or dark chocolate, like that's a little joke in between you two.
You don't say that about teenage girls.
No, he's just fucking disgusting. Stephanie, so that's his girlfriend's daughter, has said it was very apparent that he was a sexual predator for underage girls, and as a teenager she would have to check in on her friends to be sure they made it home if he had given them a ride.
Wow.
If this is just a known thing, like what the fuck are you guys doing?
Why is no one doing anything about this? And also, why are you letting your friends get lifts home with him?
Why, as a mother, like, I don't know, don't come at us, but like if your partner is known to be a predator against teenage girls and you have a teenage girl who is worried about her friends going home with him, like what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, get the fuck rid of him.
Oh, people.
In a 2021 interview, Stephanie stated that 6 of her friends had come forward to describe Dennis sexually harassing them or assaulting them.
That's fucked.
Surely she'd have to go to her mum and be like, hey, your boyfriend's a fucking creep. Like, what are you doing?
Hey, mum, your boyfriend likes little girls.
Yeah. And yuck. On one occasion around 2000, Dennis followed one of his daughter's friends into the sunroom of his house and told the girl that he would like to make her experience an orgasm.
No.
This guy just gets worse and worse. Years later, Dennis was briefly jailed for sexually assaulting one of his daughter's friends in the family home while his daughter and partner were asleep.
What the fuck?
This guy's fucking disgusting. I'm glad he's dead.
Yeah.
Rest in, not peace.
Pieces
In distress. In 2014, Dennis was sentenced to serve time in a prison after pleading guilty to a similar offence and was released after several months. Why are we releasing him? This is like the Jill Maher guy. Why did he keep getting released until he's done something extreme? Like, it just keeps escalating. Like, oh, I'm going to say weird shit to you. I'm going to tell you I'm going to make you orgasm. And then you're assaulting them. And now you've just, you've assaulted your best friend's niece and your daughter's friends. And now you're just escalating. But why do you keep getting out?
Because the justice system is fucked.
Yeah, it just seems to be everywhere as well. Like,
it's just the system in general. Like, you can't keep people on what they could potentially do, only what they've done.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, we know that he has the potential to now escalate.
But surely, like, what's his name? Adrian Bailey. Like, he was raping multiple women, but they kept letting him out. Like, after fucking 5, surely you'd be like, hey, this is going to happen again.
You would think so.
But no, let him out.
Yeah.
And then it just gets worse. And then an innocent woman gets murdered.
Yep.
Or an innocent fucking 15-year-old girl.
Yep.
On multiple occasions, Dennis lured teenage girls to a hotel room. Lured. Often by telling them or their families that he needed a babysitter for his fictional child.
He doesn't have a child.
Around 10 years after Melanie's disappearance, Dennis lured her younger sister Jessie with a similar trick. Dennis's father had recently died and he offered Jessie work cleaning his mother's house that afternoon, but instead drove her to a hotel on the outskirts of New Lescard and coaxed her inside. Dennis is just a fucking creep. Dennis locked the door and consumed a significant amount of cocaine while stripping naked and making sexual comments towards Jessie. I feel like it's even more fucked that he's done it to her sister.
Yeah.
Like, allegedly, whatever. Blah, blah. He did something to fucking Melanie. And now he's going for the sister. So is it like he knows it's a sister, or is he so fucked up on cocaine that he doesn't even remember that they're related?
Oh, he'd fucking know.
Oh.
He'd be getting off on it.
Dennis alternated between sitting on the bed and in the room's hot tub for 4 hours as Jessie pretended to text on her phone to avoid his advances. Jessie had plans to meet her boyfriend around 2:45 that day and finally convinced Dennis to let her leave around this deadline. She completely cut ties with him and the Chartrand family after this incident, which convinced her that he had a role in her sister's disappearance. In 2012, Dennis arranged for a teenage girl to babysit his granddaughter, which she found to be a lie when she arrived at his hotel room, and Dennis began making sexual advances. The girl later pressed charges, and he was eventually sentenced to serve time in prison for the offence. While in prison, Dennis was visited by Celine, who directly asked him about his involvement in her daughter's case, but he said that he could never hurt Melanie and suggested Robert Goulet had murdered her. This one, I remember, I read wrong, and I thought the brothers were fucking each other.
No.
Because I read it, I was like scanning to find like his name, like where his part of the story was.
Yeah.
And I read it quickly and I'm like, is he fucking his brother? He just has a brother. He was fucking someone else, but
has a brother.
Right. So in April 1996, that's when I was born, 17-year-old Robert Goulet and his half-brother Michael Lafferin attacked 47-year-old Louis Gessier The boy's uncle, Gregory Crick, helped plan the attack. Greg suspected Robert was drawing unwanted attention to the family and that he'd informed the police of their involvement in Lewis's murder. I think one of the brothers was fucking the 47-year-old. They had a relationship and then something happened. The uncle's like, gotta kill him. So the two boys and the uncle killed him. And then the uncle's like, Robert's a snitch. He's gonna tell the police. On the 6th or 8th of November, Robert Goulet went missing. His body was found in Hilliardton gravel pit in April 1998 and was ultimately determined to have been stabbed by either Michael or Greg. A teenage girl who was incarcerated in a juvenile detention facility with Michael in 1998 said that he confessed to murdering Melanie, but he has since denied any involvement. According to police, Michael attended a party in October or early November in 1996 where he had allegedly attempted to dispose of a body by putting it through a wood chipper.
I've always said a wood chipper would be a good way to dispose of a body.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've thought about this a lot.
I said to Jay, it was like we're fucking joking around. I'm like, I'll kill you, make it look like an accident. They'll never find you.
They will never find you.
And then we do a podcast in prison.
Awkward.
In 1996, Robert and his half-brother Michael publicly accosted two black girls with racial slurs and threatened to shoot them. One of the targeted individuals, known in the media only as Sarah, was often said to look very similar to Melanie, to the point where they were often confused for each other by locals and even some of their own relatives. Sarah occasionally purchased drugs from the brothers. On Friday, the 27th of September, so the Friday before Melanie went missing, Sarah told a friend she owed money to a local drug dealer and was afraid for her life, telling her not to be surprised if she went missing over the weekend.
Right.
Melanie and Sarah were familiar to each other, and those two were the only 2 out of 3 black girls in town.
Right.
But in a 2020 interview, the third person in this group, third black girl, rejected the notion that Melanie was the target of a spontaneous, racially motivated hate crime, and she stated she did not believe the attack was random. So far we've got the theory of Dennis, the theory of Robert Goulet and his brother killing her, possibly for mistaken identity. David Bromley, a friend of Melanie's, does not agree that she resembled the other girls in the area and does not believe it was mistaken identity that led to her being targeted. Another theory was that a drunk driver may have killed Melanie. Witnesses who were in the bar docks that night have submitted tips to investigators stating that they saw an intoxicated patron leave the bar early in order to reach a bar across the provincial border before last call. Oh, I don't think I put, but they were saying like one side of the border, the bars closed at 2 a.m. and then on the other side, they're allowed to stay open until 3 a.m. So a lot would leave at quarter to 2,
Crossover.
go over, have another hour to drink. So they crossed the border before last call, and that one of these drivers may have struck Melanie with their car. The tipster said that the person responsible was driving with a suspended license and had only recently been let out of jail, and in a panic may have loaded Melanie's body into their trunk and buried her at Dawson's Point. Although police investigated the site, no remains were found. Dave Bromley said that he believed the drunk driving theory was plausible, but that it did not make sense for someone exiting the bar to stalk and assault her, as the area between docks and the bridge was too well lit and patrolled by police. Along with this, Melanie would have been walking near the bars in the area that would have been closing at around the time she began walking home, putting her on the street at the same time as the bar's inebriated patrons. There was also 3 weddings, a possible small party going on Pine Street. So another theory was that someone who may have been drinking at a get-together or was from out of town may have come across Melanie and seized on the opportunity to assault her. Melanie also would have had to walk past 2 petrol stations, which would have been open at the time. So there's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot.
There's a lot of possible theories, but Dennis is sounding pretty guilty to me.
Number one suspect. But if someone's come from out of town, there's bars, there's weddings, there's people everywhere. All the bars are closing as she's walking past. You don't need one idiot to come out and do what he wanted to do. The 5th theory is that a white supremacist group attacked Melanie. As we mentioned, Melanie was one of only 3 black teenage girls in the town at this time. One of Melanie's friends that was with her on the night she disappeared described New Lescard as a discriminatory old hick town and recalled instances of homophobic harassment against a local teenager from around the time of the disappearance. So it's just a good old small town with their racism and...
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
I think they gave it away when, like, there is only 3 black families in the town.
Yeah.
Melanie's younger sister, Jessie, describes having to change schools often to get away from the racist abuse before finally switching to homeschooling, and has since moved to southern Ontario to avoid having to raise her own children in such an environment. Early in the investigation, much of the public suspicion fell on the male friends who were left in the home with Melanie. Melanie's then boyfriend, Neil, would later state that his biggest regret in his life was not walking her home that night.
Aww.
Poor chicken. Celine has repeatedly stated that she does not blame the Chatwin family or any of Melanie's friends for her daughter's disappearance, as does not suspect they were involved. None of the teenagers present at the Chatwin residence on the night of Melanie's disappearance are still considered suspects by police. So none of the boys or anything she was with have been considered as suspects. Still Dennis.
Yeah, I'm still thinking Dennis. Still Dennis.
Fucking Dennis. On the 2nd of October 1996, 3 days after Melanie disappeared, a special prayer service was held at the New Lescard Church of St. John the Evangelist. We shorten churches' names.
Please.
And the second was held shortly afterwards at the Parosis Sante Criox.
Yeah.
Sure. On the 18th of November 1996, a vigil of about a dozen people, led by Celine, decorated a tree near the intersection of Armstrong Street and Whitewood Avenue in downtown New Lescard, just south of the bridge where Melanie was last sighted. Another vigil was held on the 9th of December and was attended by roughly 60 people. Celine later stated, "My house felt like a big funeral for the first 2 weeks because I had people dropping off food, flowers, gifts. I had a lot of contact with the police. They really kept me up to date. I did mini searches myself with friends." And as of this recording, Melanie is still missing.
She's dead.
I feel like after like a certain amount of years, but then like no remains have been found. Or she could be, when they find, Jane Doe's.
Yeah.
And one, she might be in America, and Canada and America aren't linking up of who she is.
It really seems like Dennis
Did something. Because if he was meant to be away that Saturday night, like...
no one would even know.
Yeah, he had the whole Saturday and the whole Sunday to do something. And the fucking scratches, like that, like...
The scratches are really... And he's told his missus that they were from her.
Yeah, and then he told the neighbour they're from the woods.
From a tree.
Yeah, because I was picturing like, little, nail marks, like when you grab someone. But this is full
sounds
on
like
fucking
they're scratches.
Yeah. Because I'm picturing her... Well, I don't know if they're going up or down, but from elbow to wrist, you'd think... It's someone
pulling.
Again, audio podcast. I'm a very hand, but someone scratching as they're trying to get out of someone's arms.
Yeah, like trying to pull away.
And I wasn't sure. I didn't find the name of, kicked the microphone, who was teaching her self-defense, because it said a family friend, and he's a family friend. So I don't know if it was him teaching her self-defense.
Possibly, but at the same time, it still doesn't explain random scratches when she disappears and he's supposed to be away.
Yeah, like if they were from, the Friday. Or it was the Friday. Like even if they happened on the Friday, like he was meant to be gone on the Friday. So if it happened the Thursday, Wednesday, whatever.
He's meant to be gone. And if you're just teaching someone self-defense, I highly doubt that scratches would have
scratch
been
the shit out of you.
Deep enough to stay that long. Like if you just play fighting self-defense, it'd just be like a light scratch.
Yeah, they'd be gone like the next day, but this was like 4 days later, 3 or 4 days later.
Nah, that's someone fighting for their life.
Yeah. But yeah, she's still missing, and there's still
no updates or any clues.
I'm pretty sure there's a Facebook page, or it might be a Facebook group that you have to join, and they'll put updates. And I'm sure there's contact details if you do know something from 1996. If 28 years later you remember something, or you've been holding on to something for 28 years, or you someone knows fucking something in every case. There's no perfect crime where there's no witnesses and no one knows anything. There's someone that surely knows something,
especially after all this time.
Yeah, that's what I put the Bibby. I'm pretty sure Dennis died. He had like a stroke and he died.
Good.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Even if he didn't do it, he's still touching
he's still
little
a fucking
girls.
Dick, yeah. Fucking molester. Chester.
Fucking dirty bitch.
But yeah, that was Melanie Ethier, who 15 and just wiped off the face of the planet of the earth because some idiot.
Yeah. Poor thing.
But yeah, you can follow us on Instagram, and you can email us at disorganiseddetectives@gmail.com, or our links are in the show notes. And if you'd like to buy us a coffee, Jay supplied us with coffees today, but if you'd like to supply us with coffee, there's a link in our show notes where you can buy us a coffee.
We need coffee.
We need coffee desperately. This is my second coffee. I had to make coffee before. Just take a shot every time I say the word coffee.
Coffee.
And I fucking put the coffee in the mugs and I put the kettle on. And then I realized I got no fucking milk.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, no, I'll have to go to McDonald's.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I have to get breakfast as well.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's hard. But yeah, we'll catch you next week where we're back in Australia.
Oh, yay.
We just keep jumping. America, Australia, or this is Canada. Same vicinity. But we will catch you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.